Hello and welcome. You join me today from beautiful Monte Carlo, where I will take you around for a tour of this beautiful Lamborghini Urus. What can we say about this car? Many things. She's special. First of all, why Urus? Urus actually comes from an ancient animal that is supposed to be extinct in the Middle Age, which was called something like aurochs, something like this, and it was like an ancient version of a bull. As you know, Lamborghini always names their cars after bulls and bull families, and there's always something to do with the rodeos and corridas, so that's Lamborghini's philosophy. The Urus in particular is in this beautiful Giallo Inti. It's a color that you can have only with the Pearl Capsule package, which, apart from this beautiful color with this beautiful yellow, it also includes some black touches all around the car that you can see, for example, with the mirror covers, that you can see with the wheel arch fenders, you can see with the black roof, and you can see with the black spoiler. So it really adds you lots of black touches. We will see what it adds on the interior as well. In addition to, of course, some beautiful colors, you can have this Giallo Inti, you can have Verde Mantis, and another orange of which I don't remember the name. If you notice, by the way, on the wheel arches, now that I just showed you, we can see that there is one very particular theme of Lamborghini, which are the hexagons. Look, the arch itself is actually not round. It's not a really round arch. I mean, of course it's round because the wheel is round, but if you notice at the body, you can see that it has 6 sides. And that's because Lamborghini really always had this theme of the hexagons, which is also very apparent on the front grille. Look, you see all these hexagons right here, dominated in the middle by this sensor, which is the ones that you would use for all the adaptive systems, the adaptive cruise system, all the safety systems, etc. If we go on with the car by the side, we can see all the muscular lines of the car. This car is very muscular, by the way, and I think you can really tell she's a Lamborghini. Look at the pointy nose, look how aggressive it is, the lines on the hood. You can really say this car is a Lamborghini as soon as you see it. Of course, we have all these beautiful traits by the LED headlights. So she really is a distinctive car in the design, in the feel, but we'll talk about the feel a bit later on. Coming to the side, we see that the muscular lines continue all over. We have this back, let's say, portion of the car, which really, is bumped, We have the top part coming here down as a coupe, because this car in itself, we could say, is a little bit of a coupe. By the way, this car is based on the same platform as the Q8. So the RS Q8 and the Urus have some parts in common, including the engine. But the Urus has the most, let's say, the most pumped up version of these Q8, which is used in the Porsche Cayenne, in the RS Q8, in the RS6. It's the same engine that is shared by the Volkswagen Group. But after that, everything else is really done by Lamborghini. Lamborghini took care of the handling, Lamborghini took care of the tune of the engine in a way that is proper and unique to Lamborghini. So the feel that this car offers doesn't have a lot in common with the other cars from the same group, with which she might share some parts mechanically, chassis-wise, etc. Coming to the back of the car, we see that the aggressive lines really continue. You see this car, you think, what a beast she is. First of all, very noticeable are these very beautiful headlights like this with this triangular shape, which now Lamborghini is using with many models, including the Sian and possibly the upcoming Aventador hybrid, which we will see. Again, black here, bumper, part of the Urus Pearl Capsule package. And then we have the exhaust tips, which are very prominent, and man, do they sound good. You will hear them soon. Again here, part of the capsule package, this black spoiler, and then we have this Lamborghini logo that is just showing up like this in chrome. So you have something, let's say, a little different than just the black. What else? Let's bring you to the interiors. I will show you what she's like inside. So welcome aboard the Lamborghini Urus. As you can see, a lot of yellow also inside, because yellow is never enough. The moment you step in, it's very comfortable to get in and out of the car. Of course, she's an SUV, so you wouldn't expect anything less. Everything is beautiful. Whatever you touch, whatever you see, it is absolutely beautiful. Part, once again, of this capsule package is this carbon fiber that you have all over the dashboard, and the Alcantara with the seats, which, by the way, look how beautiful the stitching of the seats here. Such a beautiful stitching, with, again, hexagon theme dominating this car as per usual. I will show you the infotainment more up close in one second. What else? 5 seats. This car has 5 seats because the Urus comes also in a 4 seats configuration, where you have in the middle, in the center console, just, you know, a center console where you can sit and rest. This one instead has 5 seats, and you can have the middle part come down so that you can actually have an armrest as well. But, you know, if you don't need it, you put it back and you have 5 people getting in this car. So being in the interior, now I want to kind of try to start giving you the feel of what it's like to be in this car, to drive this car. I will take it for a test drive in a second, but first I want to show you the driving modes of this car, because this car has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 driving modes. It's not your typical, you know, eco, sport and comfort, whatever. Here we have Strada, Sport, Corsa, Racetrack, Sabbia, Sand, Terra, Gravel, and Neve, Snow. Of course, these are in Italian because, you know, Lamborghini is Italian. We want to keep this Italian feeling with us, and so we put the driving modes in Italian. You will notice that above the driving modes, we have this anima, which is basically what this whole selector is called. And anima in Italian means soul. I do believe that actually when you change the driving mode of this car changes soul. So I think it's a very, very appropriate name for these driving modes. But there is another reason why this is called anima. And I thought actually anima, you know, as in soul, was the only reason why, you know, this was called anima. But anima stands for Adaptive Network Intelligent Management. I think it was an afterthought. I think Lamborghini went like, okay, so we want to put some driving modes that actually change the soul of the car, so let's call it anima. Keep in mind the meeting happened in Italian. But then they said, okay, anima, like, we must make something out of this acronym. So they invented this Adaptive Network Intelligent Management. Anyways, so this is what you do with this little control on the left. And then here on the right, we have the ego setting. Ego, as in I from Latin, allows you to have an individual customization of the car. So here you can change individually the transmission and engine settings, the steering wheel setting, the suspension settings, so that you can have the car feel, you know, as you want. Maybe you want to have a more responsive reaction from the accelerator, from the engine itself, but you want the suspensions and the steering wheel to be more comfortable. You can do that, of course. And in the middle, of course, we have this beautiful, beautiful switch in red, about which I want to tell you a very, very funny story. So this was introduced with the Lamborghini Aventador, and it didn't have this hole in the middle. So basically, to start the car, you had to lift this up, push the button, and start. Apparently, Lamborghini owners complained that it was too much of a hassle to start this up and press the button. So that's why I think either with the Urus or maybe with the Huracan, they introduced this hole right here so that you don't have to actually start this and press the button, because that's too much work. You can actually just stick your finger through it and start it or stop it anyways. So that's quite funny. So nowadays we have one problem with infotainments being, you know, all digital or electronic and everything, which is the fact that sometimes in order for you to adjust climate control, you have to go into the systems and the settings and move around and touch some things. I think that, you know, climate control should be something that should be always available, always there with buttons. What's the problem? Lamborghini though, and Audi, because this system is the same one used by Audi, decided to do something smart, which I actually like, I actually appreciate, because we have 2 screens, one of which, the top one, controls all the media, navigation, infotainment, everything like this, and then the bottom one never changes. It's always about climate control, which is perfect. So they put together the 2 worlds, the digital one and then the practicality one, meaning that, you know, I don't have to go through all the system for the climate control. It's always here. And actually what I really, really, really like about these screens is that they have haptic feedback. So the moment you press on something, you actually feel it with your hands, and it makes this clicking sound, which I like very, very much. So thank you Lamborghini, thank you Audi for this system, because it's really what we needed. So I think it's about time we talk about the performance of this car. Let me show you under the hood actually. So let me now show you under the hood, where the V8 is hiding, 4-liter V8 twin turbo, producing 650 horsepower, 850 Newton meters of torque. Lamborghini declares a top speed of 305 kilometers an hour, but I can tell you she does a little bit more than that. Talking about the anima, driving settings, she really changes her anima, she really changes her soul. When you drive her in Strada, in comfort mode, when you drive her in Sport or in Corsa, you really feel her changing. And by the way, something that changes, of course, is the ride height, thanks to the pneumatic suspensions. And I will show you, because the travel from the Corsa setting, which is the lowest, to the Terra setting, the highest, is of 9 centimeters. We will take her on a test drive to tell you a little bit what she feels like, but first, listen to the engine.